going to start off this next round of talks with to claw or not to claw. I'm Matthew. I've been a software developer for over 20 years now. Very nerdy teenager, coding in my friend's basement all the way to now, and it's the only thing I've ever done, and I love it a lot. This Firefox t-shirt made me a friend, Jamie, wherever Jamie is in the audience. So I've been coding with AI pretty much since coding with AI started and was a thing you could do, starting back with GitHub Copilot, then moving on to Cursor. Copilot was very basic and very frustrating, and be happy none of you that aren't technical ever experienced it. Copilot was a lot closer to what we see today, where it's a prompt interface. You talk to it, you write it something, and it gives you a response, and you can put in code. But just wasn't great. Much more, select your line of text and tell it to edit that. Much less what it is today, where it's like, build me my poker app, and it can just do it for you. 2025, Claude Code, oh my God, life-changing. The way you can just interact with projects, it can just explore your computer, interact with tools. It really changed the way I think about programming and how I just make software in general. Then in the start of 2026, you might have heard of something called OpenClaw. And this is not going to be an OpenClaw hype fest. This is going to be a pretty balanced look, talking about some of the pros and cons and what it actually is. So if you haven't heard of it, it is this framework / application that gives you an open agent interface. So think like what you have today in ChatGPT or Gemini, where it's very like read, write. It can't really like make files. It can't make phone calls. It can't browse the web. The idea of OpenClaw was to kind of take what Anthropic's built with Claude Code and unleashing it on your computer to do whatever it wants to do. And people built some crazy stuff with it. And people went wild buying Mac Minis. They sold out in like New York and San Francisco. Everyone was booting these up and trying to do everything they possibly could with them. I had a Mac Mini around, and I tried this out too. And it was fine. It's got some cool stuff you can do. It's got some frustrations. It was a very cool prototype. They got bought by OpenAI, and we'll see what actually comes of that in the future. So one of my first things I did, I'm a big fan of the Vancouver Whitecaps, and I obsessively checked X to see updates on the team back in January and February, because it was our off season. And to make myself stop doing that, I was like, oh, hey, OpenClaw, every hour, check Reddit, check Twitter, and send me updates of what's happening so I don't have to do this. And it worked really well. I didn't realize at first that every hour is way too often, and it just sent me duplicate news constantly. And I was like, oh, wait, OpenClaw, just write down what you told me and then check. Check every time. Remove what information isn't new and only send me the new information. And for a while, this worked. I started exploring. I started building new things, trying new stuff out, and starting looking at more like business use cases and workflows, things where you actually need it to work, reliably and consistently. And that's where you start running into problems. The amount of times that you wake up and you're like, oh, it just didn't do the thing. Can you fix this? I have events in that calendar. Why are you telling me there's something going on? And it's the classic AI, oh, yeah, I see what you're talking about. I fixed it. And then maybe it'll work for an hour or two. Maybe it'll work for a week. And then mysteriously, for some reason, it will break again. And you usually don't know why. So this is why I'm a big fan of bespoke agents at the moment. I just don't think the AI models are there yet, or the AI harnesses, which is how you connect like a model to a programming tool or to something like OpenClaw. Bespoke agents, on the other hand, they are just smaller in scope, easier to test. You can make them do a specific job really, really well, and still have that like natural interface where you can chat over text and voice notes, etc., and have it work do something well. I'm going to talk about the two examples that I've built in the last few months. One is a report generator, which sounds like the most boring thing in the world. But we were talking to friends who were on a 5-person architecture firm. They make 300 of these reports a year. That's like 600 hours in the last year for this 5-person firm to make these reports that get looked at once, maybe twice. They're visiting sites, they're taking photos, they're taking down some notes. Then they go back to their office and they open InDesign and they spend 2 hours putting this all together to make it pretty for the client. Oh, God. As a programmer, I was like, this is just the most solvable problem in the world. And so now they can take their phone with them. They can take their photos. They can make a little voice note about what they've seen at site, send it to an agent, and it spits them back a beautiful PDF for them that they can talk back and forth with, make edits, and get it exactly how they need it to deliver to their client. My other one is an inbox organizer. I've been a big inbox zero person for years. So at first, this was like not something I needed. But we're going to call it Annika over here. Her inbox had, was it 300,000 unread emails? Yeah. Yeah, personal, not work. So the first goal here was just to clean up that mess and make it so that you don't have to think about your email and it just gets organized for you. So it labels them, it hides the stuff you don't care about, it writes drafts for things that you should respond to, it keeps it all organized and pretty for you so that whenever Annika goes back on her computer, there's like 3 emails and they're all the things she needs to see. And then we added some more agent layers on top of that. Things like telling you package updates, sending you a text being like, oh, your package is coming tomorrow. I don't need to like extract it or find it. It just works. 2FA codes. I don't know about you, but I hate email 2FA codes. Like just send me a text. It's 2026. This is crazy. Or missed emails. One bug we found is that, sometimes something isn't labeled right. AI is not perfect. We're not always going to know where something needs to go. And, you need to get that roll up. So every morning, Annika will get a message being like, here's the 43 emails you haven't read, sorted by priority. So you can actually see what actually might matter to you. So yeah, I'm loving bespoke agents. That's my quick talk. I think I might have actually been near 5 minutes. Whew. Since Annika mentioned it, I'm going to show the tool I'm working on. So very similar interface to the Vibe Kanban that Annika was showing before, but a Mac app, so you don't have to open terminal and run an npx command. My favorite part, it imports all of your history across Claude Code, across Cowork, across Vibe Kanban, of course, and gives you a nice, easy, simple interface and the ability to search for it. So I can flick for Harvey, and we can find that demo Annika was doing earlier 12 minutes ago, which feels wrong, but, bugs. Oh, there it is, 33 minutes ago. Saved. Yeah. That's the little project me and Annika are working on. Thanks, everyone.